Yeah, can you hear me, guys?
Yes.
So how many of you new students today?
Hello, my name is Abdul Rahman. Today on the class. This is my first class.
Yeah, actually, day before yesterday, one demo was completed. Yesterday,
Okay.
I have finished the some fundamental aspects of Azure Cloud. Today
Okay.
also, we are going to see some fundamental aspects of Azure Cloud. So, if you want to know the recording of previous sessions, just go to YouTube. So, am I audible to everyone? Is my voice low?
Yes, sure, you're audible.
Yeah, Chandni, check your side. Please, if there is any problem in your audio system.
Shiva, is there any prereqs for to start this Azure DevOps like?
Prerequisite?
Yes.
No prerequisite required. Day before yesterday session, I have explained everything. Okay, so I'm going to give the link of yesterday's and day before yesterday's session.
Okay, Shiva.
Here, this is my yesterday's session recording, not yesterday, day before yesterday.
Okay.
And one more link also I can give to yesterday. This is yesterday link. Please note down the links.
Okay.
I have pasted in chart window.
Okay, Shiva.
Durga.
Shiva, I have seen that like the Kubernetes and the Docker will be the free. Is you provide the recording section videos, or you will teach the 2 lessons?
No, direct sessions.
Direct section. And what about the Azure admin? It's belongs to the 104.
You have to choose. You have to choose only one course.
Okay.
Okay, either Azure admin or Docker Kubernetes.
Okay.
But if you want Docker Kubernetes, you can attend live sessions.
Okay.
And if you want Azure admin session, we are going to provide recorded sessions.
Recorded sections.
Yes.
Okay.
Choice is yours. You can opt either Azure admin or Docker Kubernetes sessions. Okay. So have you seen this
Shiva,
two links?
hi Shiva, if we want both Azure and Docker Kubernetes and Azure admin, because you have already suggested that Azure admin is important to learn before going to the Docker and Kubernetes. Okay. So what is the option to get both of these?
Yeah, I think can you contact in a front office training team? Can you contact Bhavani?
Okay.
So when you contact Bhavani, she will tell everything. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, sir.
So in the chart window, I have given 2 days links, day before yesterday's and yesterday's. Have everyone seen?
Yeah, sure.
I have seen the 2 links of the.
Yeah, please note down. Please take the links in your system, copy paste them, and after completion of the session, please watch the recordings.
Okay, Shiva.
So Azure admin means how to create instances and how to attach a storage to that. Those things will be covered in Azure admin, correct?
Yes.
Is it belongs to like AZ 104 certification, or it is like a fundamentals like a?
Yeah, yesterday itself I have told about certification. Forget about certification. Please don't waste your money. Okay, once you join in the organization, your employer will pay. That is a headache of your employer. Even you have passed the examination, okay, they will definitely conduct first round, second round, third round, HR round, technical round, everything. They are not going to give any preference when you have certification. My sincere advice is don't fight for certificate. Okay, first to get the job.
Okay, so
once you get the job, your employer will pay for certification. Why you pay from your package? Is it necessary now?
Okay, sure. But when we are applying for the
yesterday also I conveyed same thing.
Okay, when we are going to apply for the job, like they were asking like certifications.
No. Even though you don't have certification, definitely your resume is filtered because those many jobs are available. Okay, nowadays on Azure platform. Believe or not, just open Google.
Yes.
Okay, open Google and search for Azure jobs in India. You will get some lakhs of jobs all over India.
Yeah.
Okay, so when the manpower is very shortage, why they will ask for your certification? Why you waste money from your pocket? Okay, definitely your employer will sponsor you.
Yes. Actually, I'm living in the USA. Recently, I completed my master's. I'm in the market, like they are asking like a certification, so that I ask you.
In the US, if it is essential means you can apply, but in India, it is not required.
Okay.
Yeah. Because most of my students are also working in USA, and they told me that the certification is not required. Even though without certification, okay, they will select us. They will select us by. So if you are proving, if they feel that we are worthy candidates, definitely they will take us. No need of taking any certification, sir. Okay, they told me like that.
Okay, Shiva. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Shiva.
See, in the last class, so we have discussed about Azure job roles. Okay, so 4 types of job roles we have discussed in the last class. So what are the 4 different job roles we have discussed in the last class? One is architect role, another one is admin role, and third one is Azure DevOps role, means DevOps role, and fourth one is developer role, Azure developer role. Okay, with the live examples I have explained in the last class, just go through the video. Okay, so when you watch the video, if you have any concern, if you have any doubts in the next class, you can ask me. Okay, so today we are going to see some more fundamental aspects of cloud, because without completing all these fundamental aspects directly, if I jump to Azure DevOps, okay, so you are missing fundamental things, basic things. Without knowing basic things, okay, you cannot be master, you cannot be perfect in Azure DevOps. Once you learn Azure DevOps course, if somebody is asking what is service model, what are the different roles of, what are the different job roles, how many types of clouds are there, what is a resource group, okay, what is subscription, what is a resource, if they ask like these questions, if you are failing to answer these questions, definitely you will be failed. That is why first 1 week we are going to spend on Azure admin only. Okay, how to create virtual machines. Yesterday I have explained what is meant by subscription, what is a resource group, what is a resource, and what is management group. Okay, so these very important concepts, basic and important concepts we have discussed yesterday. Okay, just watch the video. In that video you are going to find everything. Today our first topic is service models. Our first topic is service model. Just a minute, guys. Service models. Now, suppose you are running one web application in your office. Okay, now everyone knows that to run a web application, we need some sort of servers, right? We need front-end servers, middleware servers, networking is required, hardware is required, runtime is required, database servers are required, many components are required. In that scenario, all of a sudden you wanted to move your infrastructure to cloud. Okay, so in that case, you have to decide whether you are capable of maintaining each and every component that is required for your application. Whether you can maintain every component, whether you can manage every component. Otherwise, whether you can maintain only few components. If you maintain few components, rest of the components are managed by cloud service providers. Based on your participation ratio, okay, so the service models are divided into 3 categories. One is IaaS. This is nothing but infrastructure as a service. I will explain with the diagrams, don't worry about this. And the second category is PaaS. This is nothing but platform as a service. And the third category is SaaS, means software as a service. Okay, so let us save this document so that I can post it in Google Drive. So every day I'm going to write notes like this if necessary. Okay, so I will provide these notes. Okay, definitely not necessary. Definitely I will provide these notes. In some cases, I will provide some other material also, some PDF files. 7th September 2022. Right. Now, to understand this architecture thoroughly, let us open a website. Here, this is a website which is going to give complete idea about 3 service models. So I will give the reference of this website also. So if you are interested, you can go through this, refer here for service models. Now just to come to this document and scroll down till you see one diagram called IaaS SaaS versus PaaS diagram. I will explain it. Just look at this diagram. I will open in a new tab. Just look at this diagram. So here we have totally 4 models. So one is on premises, means your office. So in your office, you are the boss. Okay. So you are going to manage every component. Like you are going to manage networking, storage, servers, virtualization, operating system, middleware, runtime, data and application. But all of a sudden you wanted to move this complete infrastructure to cloud. In that case, what happens here? The below components like networking, storage, servers, virtualization will be managed by others. Others means cloud service providers will manage these 4 components. Okay, so they will manage networking. Means this is not our network. This is cloud service cloud service providers network. It is a very high speed networking. Okay, and storage also they will provide. Servers also they will provide. And virtualization. So actually, what is meant by virtualization? Virtualization is a software which can be used to create virtual machines. Okay, on the top of virtualization, we have to manage. So all the orange color boxes are managed by us. And are you seeing in the platform as a service? Most of the components are managed by cloud service providers. They will manage up to runtime. We have to manage data and applications only. Suppose one best example I can give. I want to launch one database server. In how many ways we can launch database server? in olden days, means before cloud platforms, if someone wanted to launch database server, we have to purchase one physical server. Then we have to install operating system. Then on the top of operating system, we have to install database server. Then on the top of database server, we have to install database client software. Then I need to recruit one DBA guy, okay, who is going to look after, who is going to take care of DBA activities. That is a headache involved in managing database server in non-cloud platforms. When cloud arrives, when cloud is arrived, what happens here? I can take a virtual machine simply. Okay, so virtual machine means we can tell you that virtual machine as a service. Okay, up to networking, storage, servers will be managed by your cloud people. Remaining things like database server we have to manage. Here runtime we have to manage. Runtime means like Java and .NET we have to manage. Middleware means we have to manage some application servers, data web servers we have to manage. Everything we have to manage in case of infrastructure as a service. And in case of platform as a service, your database server is available as a service. You no need to maintain any server. You no need to create any server. You no need to install any operating system. You no need to install any database engine. You no need to create any data. Just you have to manage only data and application. Application means it is a software, okay, so which is available for end users from internet. Suppose there is a e-commerce application, okay, so to launch a e-commerce application directly I can take database server from cloud, okay, on the top of database server I can install my application. So this application can be accessed from internet by my customers, business customers. This comes under platform as a service. Okay, so this is very expensive when compared to infrastructure as a service. But here see, in last model, that is software as a service. Here every component is managed by cloud people only. Suppose you are managing, you are developing application like e-commerce application. Okay, now we know that to develop e-commerce application we need many components. We need many services, right? Okay, we need many pieces of softwares like orders, net banking, authentication, okay, invoice and authorization. Yeah, these are the small services that are collectively called as one e-commerce application. Okay, so one of my colleague has developed one module and they have put into some shared storage. Okay, so I can use that module in my application. Okay, so if I integrate that small module with my software, that comes under software as a service. In Azure DevOps, we have a concept called Azure Artifactory. Okay, Azure Artifactory is a place where exactly we can store reusable components. So once you develop a DLL file, I can share that DLL file with my team members. Okay, that comes under software as a service. Regularly we are using Google Drive, right? Google Drive is also one kind of service. What is that service? It is just like storage as a service. Okay, so in storage as a service, I don't know which kind of operating system Google persons are using, which kind of machine it is. Okay, what kind of RAM it is. I don't know anything. Just I'm purchasing some storage we are using. That's it. But I don't know internal details. Everything is managed by Google cloud providers only. We don't need to manage anything. So like that, these are the service models that are available every cloud. So every public cloud must support these three services: IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS. Is it clear, guys? Now, when it comes to other aspect of Azure, that is nothing but Azure Global Infrastructure. So what does it mean by Azure Global Infrastructure? So we have been logging into Azure portal and we are creating virtual machine, storage, memory, network, everything we are creating for everything. So everything for us, it is a virtual. Virtual means which cannot be seen, which is completely imagination. Okay. For us, it is virtual. But somewhere else, the machine, the physical machine will be there on the physical machine. Some virtualization software are installed. On the top of virtualization software, we are able to create virtual machines. Okay. Now, somewhere else the physical infrastructure must be there. Where exactly the physical infrastructure must be there? Okay, physical infrastructure means something like servers, networking, storage, load balancers, power supply, air conditioners. These are all completely physical or physical components. So all these physical components, all this hardware is owned, is managed by some community of people. Okay, so now to keep this kind of physical infrastructure, what Azure has done means they have identified something called region. A region is nothing but it is a geographical area on the globe. And regions will have availability zones. Okay, what is availability zone? It is a part of region. And every availability zone will have data center. So one availability zone might contain one or two data centers. Guys, yesterday only I told I don't provide any PPTs. Okay, so if I want to show with PPTs, I can take hundreds of PPTs from internet. I can show it to you. But my habit is writing notes. Okay, so it must be like natural. Okay, so I can take the number of PPTs from network internet. I can show it to you. My job is finished. Okay, within no time. So only writing takes lot of time, right? So that is why always I am going to write notes only. I am not going to show any PPTs like that. Okay, PPTs will not give complete idea to you. So if I draw a diagram, that will be better understanding to you. So in emergency cases, in some exceptional cases, I am going to show PPTs. But in all cases, I don't show PPTs. I am not kind of that person. I am not going to show any ready-made things. Everything I am going to do in front of you only. Okay, that is my habit. Okay, now when you want to look at the structure of data, this data center, I will show it. Data center images. Okay, so you can take any image from this list. So every image will have, it is a data center actually. Are you seeing some racks here? First rack, second rack. So every rack is having some blade servers. Okay, these are the servers. So every rack will have individual power supply, individual networking, individual components. Okay, so like this data centers available. Okay, in a availability zone. Now when you come across this Azure global infrastructure, just look at this Azure global infrastructure. Let it be loaded. Now, if you look at this map, on the map, we are going to see something like some circles. Each circle is nothing but one region. Okay. So every region will have multiple availability zones, and every availability zone will have multiple data centers. So if you open Azure paid regions, so you just look at this diagram. Okay, so this is going to give the best idea of Azure regions. So within the region, see how many availability zones are there here. This is AJ1, and this is AJ2, and this is Azure geography, and this is disaster recovery. Disaster recovery means the backup copy of availability zone will be kept into disaster, this recovery area. Okay. Now, are you seeing here? Every availability zone will have one or more data centers. Here in the small letters, they have written one or more data centers. Okay. Now, what is the significance of availability zones within a region? So let me explain one example, best example. Just imagine if this is my one of the famous Azure regions called Central USA. Central USA is a famous region because when Azure wanted to introduce a new service, first it will introduce a new service in Central USA. Then if it is succeeded, okay, it will implement the new service in all over the world. Okay, this is a Central USA region. In the Central USA region, just imagine we have 3 availability zones. So every availability zone will have one or more data centers, and every availability zone will have its own power supply, its own air conditioning, its own networking, and apart from that, every region is also synchronized. Between one region and another region, a dedicated network connection is there. Okay, and between each and every availability zone, there is a distance of 1,000 to 2,000 kilometers will be there. Okay, so let us call this availability zone name as AJ1, and this availability zone is something like AJ2, and this is something like AJ3. Now here, just I launched a server. Okay, within the server, I hosted a e-commerce application like Amazon shopping website or Flipkart. One application is running, one application has been hosted in one of the availability zone. Okay, the application name is e-commerce. And here also, same copy of e-commerce application is running. This is replica 2. Now this is R1, replica 1. R1, R2, and this is R3, replica 3. Here, my end user from is system. Here, this is my end user business customer system. Here, this can be anything like a mobile phone. Okay, it can be a laptop, or it can be a PC. From laptop, from mobile phone also, we can purchase online goods, right? My client is connected to first availability zone. My client is connected to the application that is running in the first availability zone. Then what happens in some unexpected events? What happens? This availability zone is completely down. The region is not going. Okay, so the disaster, unexpected event, that can be a fire accident, flood, okay, short circuit, hardware failure, that can be anything. Due to some reason, completely the availability zone is down. Then what happens here? My end user connection should not be disturbed, right? Always he must be connected to second availability zone. Because in the second availability zone also, same replica is running. Okay, at any cost, my application should be available 24/7, 365 days. Okay, and suppose second availability zone is also down, then what must be done? That will be failed over to third availability zone. In the third availability zone, we have replica 3. That means every time Azure is going to maintain 3 copies of the application. So the best advantage of this one is high availability. So if one of the availability zone goes down and server is going, if the server is going down, what happens here? My end user can access, my end user still can access the application from other application, other availability zone, because between first availability zone, second availability zone, second to third, there is a distance of 1,000 miles, 1,000 or 2,000 miles will be there. So when one of the availability zone is impacted, okay, second, third will not be impacted because there is so much difference between these two availability zones. Now let me save this document. Okay, now you may ask a question. If completely region is down, then what is the situation? For that, what Azure says, Azure data redundancy. Just look at this. This is very important in your interview point of view also. When you go to Azure DevOps or Azure Admin Jobs, definitely this question. Without this question, no interview will be there. That means at the time of creating some storage account means it is a consolidated account for every data type that is available in Azure. While creating storage account, you have to select one of the redundant option. Okay, how your data has to be replicated. Whether you want to keep, whether you want to create one copy, multiple copies, and where you want to create copies within multiple availability zones or within multiple regions. Okay, that you have to say. The first option and very cheapest option is LRS, locally redundant storage. In the locally redundant storage, see what happens here. Azure is going to copy your data for 3 times here. Are you seeing copy 1, copy 2, copy 3? But this is there in single data center. Suppose this data center is down, your data will go. When you are going to choose this option, okay, even though your data is lost, if your application can regenerate the data, when you are not giving that much importance for your data, and when you want to have a cheapest option of the storing the data, then you go for this approach. And when you are giving more importance to your data, then you go for zone redundant storage. In zone redundant storage, see what happens here. Here, this is my primary region. Within the primary region, I have 3 availability zones: AJ1, AJ2, AJ3. Okay. As I explained in the previous diagram, suppose completely AJ1 is down, AJ2 will be there, AJ3 is also there. Okay. So suppose you may ask, completely this region goes down. You have another option. This is something like redundancy in the secondary region. It is going to use secondary region concept. Okay. So here it is going to use the primary region as well as secondary region. In the primary region, again it is going to use LRS scheme, locally redundant storage. That means it is going to use only one availability zone, one data center only. In the second region, again it is going to use only one availability zone, one data center. So if you want to replicate the data across multiple availability zones, multiple regions, we have another option. This is very expensive. See, this is geo zone redundant storage. What is the difference here? in the previous case, in the primary region, your data will be spanned across only one data center. But here, in this option, your data will be spanned across 3 availability zones in the primary region. In the secondary region, again, it is going to use LRS key. Okay, so like this, you can choose any one of the data redundancy option while creating storage account. So this is a story of regions and availability zones. Okay, these are a part of Azure global infrastructure. Guys, still here any questions, any doubts? If you have any questions, you can simply ask your question. Otherwise, you can say no.
Shiva, I have a general question only. So can I ask it?
Yes.
Shiva, actually, I'm having around 9 years of experience in the IT industry. Okay, and I am working as an application support in the service-based organization in Noida. Okay, and so I just want to know whether how can I switch to the cloud. I just want to move my career in the cloud and DevOps and all those things. Okay, so it would be difficult for me to enter in this in this field.
Okay, presently you are working as a web.
No, I'm application support.
Application support.
Yeah, in the service-based organization, it's MNC. But I just want to move my career in the cloud industry. That's it, because I'm not it's stuck and there's no kind of growth is not there. I cannot learn. And okay, so it's a general question. So
yeah.
So that's why I just
So
want to know
how much experience you wanted to put up?
See, currently I have 9 years of experience in the IT industry. Since beginning, when I done my BTech, okay, I started by one of the MNC, and after again I switched to different organization. And since beginning, I am working in the application support. It's because it's 9 years of experience, so I'm managing some people also. It's like people management profile of also coming over. But anyway, I'm not enjoying with my profile. So I just want to move my career in the cloud. That's why. So,
yeah, understood.
Okay, that's it.
Actually, when did you pass your degree? BTech?
2011.
2011 means 11 years.
Yeah, but after 1 year, I took a break, because I got the job after 1 year. Okay, because joining was late. Okay, so almost 10 years or 9.5 or 10 years. My relevant experience is 9.5 years, because in the MNCs, I think few months I will be on the bench. Bench means free pool in language. So I will not have any project for 1.5 years. I will fit on the bench. Just I was getting money for my salary. That's it, nothing else.
Yeah.
So there was no work. Okay. I hope you're aware, because you're in the IT industry. So I hope you're aware very well about this bench and all those culture. But this works only in the service-based industry, not in the product-based company, as per my knowledge.
Yeah, I understood your point.
Yeah.
Presently, can I know how much you are getting?
Yeah, it's 10.
10.
Yes.
You do one thing. From which year you are working? 2012?
2012 I'm working.
2012 means now it is 2022. 10 years.
Yes.
Do one thing. 7 years you can put on the experience or application side.
Okay.
And 3 years you can put in Azure DevOps.
Okay.
So easily you can expect to 24 lakhs.
Okay.
And you cannot put more than 3-4 years, because from 2018 onwards, Azure DevOps.
Yes.
From 2018 onwards, you can put up your experience in a resume.
Okay.
At least from 2018 or 19.
19.
Okay, from 2019, if you put up the experience, that will be around 3 years, right?
Yes.
3 years, 7 years on your previous work.
Okay.
7 plus 3, 10 years. Easily you can expect 30 lakhs minimum.
Okay.
The thing is, you have to prove yourself.
Yes, I understood. I understood.
You have to work hard. Oh, no need of having any coding knowledge. Yesterday and day before yesterday, I have told these many things repeatedly. Okay, even IT, non-IT people will also be able to do this course, because for this course, no coding is required.
I'm very much
legacy.
familiar with the scripting as well. I have done my scripting, because in the application support, if we are doing the L3 support, we will get the chance to work on the coding and troubleshooting skills, debugging skills. I'm very much familiar about these things. I'm very much comfortable about things. But I have not written the code from the scratch. I have not written the code like this.
Yeah.
No
That's problem. Okay, that is my suggestion. 7 years you can apply. You can put on your previous work.
Okay.
3 to 4 years. Azure DevOps.
Sure. And Shiva, one more thing, please. We will get it both, all the lectures, right? Except Azure Admin, we will get it in, in the whatever the price. We'll get it for the Azure, Docker, Kubernetes, and Azure DevOps. We'll get all the lectures, right? Pre-recordings, we'll get it, right?
Actually, this time what we did. So till last class, till last batch, what we did, just we have provided only Docker and Kubernetes as a free course. This time you are giving choice. Means either you can choose Docker Kubernetes or Azure Admin along with Azure DevOps. And Azure DevOps, anyhow, it is definite mandatory course. Okay, yes. But if you select Docker and Kubernetes, you are permitted to attend live classes. But if you select Azure Admin, okay, only recordings are provided.
Okay. So if we will select only two things, Azure Docker Kubernetes and Azure Admin. So we will get it lectures, live classes as well as recordings as well, right? Both.
Yeah, if you select 3 courses, that is a different pricing.
Yeah, that is different one. That is different. I understood. But if you select 2 courses only, Docker Kubernetes and Azure DevOps, then we'll get the live sessions and recordings, right?
Yes, definitely.
And for the 3 courses, I have to discuss with the management.
For Azure Admin, you have to pay some extra amount.
Yeah, that is fine. Okay, Shiva, thank you so much. And Shiva, one more thing, please. I think I saw your one of the demo session that you tell me that this Docker Kubernetes, it's the morning batch, right? In Indian timing, 7 a.m. or 6:15 a.m. IST.
Yes, that is from next week.
So if I want to continue one by one, I want to continue from Azure Admin, I will learn it by myself, because I will go through lectures, by taking after paying the money, we can get the recordings. I can learn and go through that. And Azure DevOps, then I move to Docker and Kubernetes. So if it's possible for me, because as for my knowledge, you are taking the batches parallelly. Next week, I think you will start Docker Kubernetes batches, right?
Yes, next week ending.
Yeah, next week. So how it will be, if it's possible. For the first, I want to continue with the Azure Admin and DevOps. Then I will move to the that next part was whatever Docker Kubernetes.
Azure Admin, anyhow, it is recordings, right? You can go through that.
Yeah, I will go through there definitely. So if it possible, because this batches is parallel, so how we can, because I'm also working for 9 hours shift. Okay, so it will be difficult for me to manage. So that's why I'm asking it for. I'm just asking that.
Yeah. Okay.
So if it's possible for me.
Yeah, you learn one by one. You are telling that you are going to learn one by one, right?
Then how we will learn it? Means if I will pay the entire money, I will pay it one time. No need to worry about it. But the thing is, how first I will go to I will Azure Admin, Azure DevOps course. I will join it. Means 5 p.m. IST. And Docker Kubernetes, when will we start it? Next month, or when will you start the batch, right?
Yeah, next week ending.
Next week ending. No. Okay, I'm just asking. Sorry, I'm trying to explain you again, Shiva. I just want to continue only for 1 month Azure Admin and Docker on Azure DevOps. That's it. After 1 month, if I will learn it, I will practice by myself, and then I want to go on the Docker and Kubernetes tool. So, is it possible for me or not?
Yeah, do one thing. First 1 month you learn Azure Admin.
Yeah.
Then next Azure DevOps. 2 months will be finished, and again Docker and Kubernetes will be started again.
Okay.
So from next weekend we are starting Docker and Kubernetes. Again, it will take 5 to 6 weeks again to start Docker and Kubernetes.
Okay. So in the next batch, I have to pay extra, or it will be covered in the because or what? What means 1 month you say that first month Azure Admin, second month Azure DevOps, and I think in the second month you will.
So regarding fees particulars, you please contact the training team. I think you have to pay all money at once. Okay.
Yeah, no need to worry about it. No worries. I will pay it one time. No issue. Okay. Shiva, thank you so much.
Thank you. So our next generic topic would be something like types of clouds.
Shiva, what is about availability sets? You won't discuss about the availability sets.
Availability set or availability zone?
Availability sets.
Availability sets we are going to discuss as a part of Azure Admin course. Okay.
Okay. So yeah, thank you.
Here I will discuss availability sets. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
So this is also very important discussion. So when it comes to types of clouds, we have majorly 4 types of clouds that are available. One is public cloud, public clouds, private clouds, hybrid clouds. The last category is multi-tenant cloud. Here,
So your data recovery
All-
service is a paid service or it's a by default service offered by
Data?
Azure? Recovery.
data recovery, it is a completely paid service. It is not free service.
Data recovery service.
Yes, data recovery service is
Okay.
paid service. It is not provided free of cost. Networking is free.
And region replicas will come with by default.
In the-
Availability zone.
Come again.
Availability zone and those replicas will be by default, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
But you are speaking about data recovery, right? Data recovery is
Yeah.
different. Replication is different.
Okay.
Replication means by default Azure is going to copy into multiple availability zones. That is different. Recovery is different.
Okay.
See here, when it comes to public clouds, all our clouds like AWS, Azure, okay, GCP, Oracle, okay, yeah, these are all public clouds. Why we are going to call them as public clouds? Because they will have regions within the regions, okay, they will be owning the hardware, okay, they are the owners of the hardware, okay, everything is managed by a group of people like community, AWS community, Azure community, GCP, Oracle, okay. So for others sake, they are going to provide this hardware on rental basis. Suppose I want to run something like one flight reservation or bus ticket reservation system. I need some servers. Okay, so I cannot put any initial investment. Okay, that is called as Apex. Okay, I cannot. So I can take some servers from cloud on the rental basis. Okay, so at the time of taking servers on rental basis, again we have 3 categories of servers. One is on demand, other one is spot instances, other one is reserved instances. Okay, they are also very important. On demand, spot instance, reserved instances, these are 3 different categories of servers we can choose at the time of creating. Okay, and what is the difference of these 3 categories we'll discuss later. So like that, public clouds are for public business purposes. And when it comes to private clouds, suppose I have a bank organization. Okay, so in the bank organization, I have some confidential data, my customers confidential data. Okay, so I cannot put the data in the cloud. So if I put the data in the cloud, there may be chances of hacking the data. So with that fear, okay, with that threatening, what happens? Okay, I will have my own data centers. The data centers and hardware are managed by me only. We are the owners. Banking sectors are the owners of data centers and hardware. Nobody will be able to entering into private clouds. Completely the hardware, regions and data centers are managed. Okay, completely these are the owners of the hardwares. And when it comes to hybrid clouds, so this is a combination of 2 things. What are the 2 things? One is on-premise plus one public cloud combination. So generally, when you want to host one application, we need many components, right? So some of the components I can keep in my office, and some of the rest of the components I can keep in public clouds. Let us say, here this is my office environment, and this is one public cloud. Here I can have 1 or more database servers in my office. Here, this is my office setup. This is also called as on-premise. Now, this is something like any cloud like AWS, Azure, GCP, one public cloud. Here, I can host web servers because web servers will not have any confidential data, right? Only application part is there. Okay, here this application is hosted in my web server and all data related to my business will be stored in database servers. Okay, here this is something like web server. In web server, actual application is hosted. Okay, so it is not only single web server, it can be like multiple web servers. So here some application is running here, like e-commerce application. It can be anything. Okay, since my application is running in my web servers, my end user from internet, okay, from outside, from any network, okay, from the globe, you will be able to access this application because this is the application which is hosted on the web server and which can be accessible from any network, from internet. Okay, here this is my end user system. End user, this can be either PC or laptop, or it can be something like mobile phone. Okay, it is my organization choice. Now what happens here? Suppose the IP address of these servers are something like 192.168.1. or 0.1, 2, 3. 3 servers are there, right? One server IP address is 0, another is 1, 2, another one is 3. Now from database server side, I can open connections. I can write some firewall rules so that the connection, the transaction will be allowed only from these servers. 0.1, 1 or 2 or 3. In this way, I can provide protection to my servers. Only these servers which are mentioned in the firewall rules will be able to access these DB servers. So this kind of setup is called as hybrid cloud. And when it comes to other cloud like multi-tenant cloud, the situation is reverse. Here we are going to use 2 public clouds. Okay, one can be AWS or Azure or GCP, and another can be also same public cloud, AWS, Azure or GCP. And in one cloud, I have hosted web server. In the second cloud, I hosted database servers. Sorry, I'm going to give a different shape. This is my database server. And there is a communication from my web server to database server. Here, actual application is launched here. Actual, my e-commerce application is launched over here. Okay. So my end user from outside will be able to use this application from his device. Okay. This is circle is my end user system. Now here also from database server side, I can open connection only to a particular server. The server is something like 192.168.9.1. Here this is the IP address of the server. 192.168.9.1. Only this server will be able to access this database server. This is my database server. Okay, so when we are going to use this kind of option, my organization is trusting that for web servers point of view, okay, AWS is better. For database servers point of view, Azure is better in pricing, in user friendliness, everything. Okay, Azure is better for database servers. So with that assumption, I can go with multi-tenant clouds. Like this, we have 4 types of cloud models available. Okay, so in the last class, I have shown you how to create a Azure admin account. Tomorrow, we are going to see some fundamentals. After that, I will show how to create virtual machines, how to increase the size, in what conditions we have to increase the size, in how many ways we can increase the size of a virtual machine. Okay, so we are going to demonstrate Linux virtual machines and Windows virtual machines, both. Okay, from next week onwards, directly we are going to start Azure DevOps. Now, if you have any questions, any doubts regarding this session and previous session, and it can be any generic question, okay, I will answer.
Yeah, Shiva, there is one general question. Okay. Actually, I have completed my AWS Solution Architect course. I never done a Azure admin. So will it be feasible to go for Azure DevOps?
Yes, why not?
So,
They are going to give much preference to you because you are going to know 2 clouds, right? AWS and Azure, both. You will be given more weightage.
So I had a query that means the portal or terminology will be different. So will I get any difficulty in that?
No difficulty.
Just the name will be different there. Concept will be same.
Yes. Then you do one thing. Then you take Azure admin recordings, then go through Azure DevOps. In Azure admin, everything will be shown, right? Like how to create virtual machine, storage, networking, load balancers, okay, ARM templates, PowerShell, and many more things are shown in the recordings. Then you take recordings of Azure admin. Don't take Docker and Kubernetes.
Okay.
If you are interested, you can take 3 also, because without Docker and Kubernetes also, nowadays getting a job is difficult. Okay, you must have, and to get a job nowadays.
Yeah, I want to go for Docker Kubernetes.
Yes.
Rather going to Azure admin because I already have AWS knowledge, so that's why.
Now, for any DevOps engineer position, people are asking like this. Definitely, they require one CI/CD engine. This is mandatory. Without this, you cannot go to DevOps job. Okay, CI/CD engine means it can be either Jenkins or Azure DevOps. Azure DevOps is exactly equivalent to your Jenkins. The second one is containerization. Well, definitely you have to know. So as a part of containerization, we are providing Docker and Kubernetes. It is a beautiful opportunity. And they will also ask you one IAC tool. Means you have to know either cloud formation, means this is from AWS, or ARM templates, or ARM templates. This is from Azure. Or you have to know, at least you have to know Terraform. This is a generic IAC tool. All these IAC tools are used to write scripting, automated scripting for creating infrastructure. Now every DevOps job expects these 3. Without these 3, you cannot get the job. One CI/CD engine must be known to you. containerization tools like Docker, Kubernetes, these are very much mandatory. Without this, there are no DevOps jobs. And one IST tool. Either you have to know CloudFormation, ARM templates, or Terraform. In our course, we are covering ARM templates.
Is it similar to the Terraform?
Yes, exactly similar to Terraform. But Terraform can create infrastructure in all clouds, whereas Terraform, whereas ARM templates, CloudFormation create infrastructure within Azure and AWS clouds.
Shiva, what about the Ansible? Why we use the Ansible? Like
Ansible actually it is just like Terraform, and to create to install softwares in a number of systems, we can use Ansible. Without Ansible also you can survive in the industry nowadays, because anyhow you are learning one of the IST tool here, ARM templates or CloudFormation or Terraform. Ansible you can give second preference for that. Except Ansible, we are learning everything in Azure DevOps. We are learning one CI/CD engine, that is Azure DevOps, containerization tools like Docker and Kubernetes, and IST tool like ARM templates. This is enough for getting a job nowadays. Ansible just for it is a configuration management tool. Okay, here when you want to create some environment, we need servers and software installation, right? And Ansible cannot create servers. Only Terraform can create servers and it can install softwares. So in that way, Terraform is very powerful than Ansible. Terraform, ARM templates, CloudFormation, these are all powerful than Ansible.
Shiva, some are the openings for the, they are asking like both like AWS and Azure. What was why they are asking like what was the main reason they are asking for the AWS and Azure, the both, if they are same?
How many years of experience you wanted to put up?
I would like to like 6 years or 6+ years of experience.
Then you do one thing. 3 years experience you can put on generic DevOps. You can
Okay.
you can tell that I worked on Terraform, Docker, Kubernetes. Presently, for the past 3 years, I am working on Azure DevOps. Then 2 will be covered here.
Oh, okay.
Shiva sir.
Yes.
Today's third demo, right?
Na third demo idi.
Okay, ఇంకా ఎన్ని demos ఉంటాయి ఇట్లా? Like
The last demo idi.
ఇది last demo. From tomorrow, if I want to attend, I should pay the fee.
Yes. Because don't delay, because this is a good opportunity to you. Okay. So within short span of time, within 8 weeks, we are going to learn 2 tools with a affordable fees, very reasonable fees. Okay, we are providing 2 courses at 1 course fee cost. If you want to have Azure admin recordings also, that is extra cost. Okay, for extra cost, what are the things, how much you have to pay extra, that you can contact Bhavani. So do you have Bhavani number?
Yes, I have.
You can.
And one more thing, you said you will be covering Docker and Kubernetes, right? That will be after 1 week. You'll start after 1 week parallelly.
Yeah, next weekending.
Okay, from tomorrow you will be starting normal classes like Thursday and Friday. So from Saturday, Sunday also you will be telling, or is it like that?
Yeah. So tomorrow, day after tomorrow also Azure admin. I will show how to create virtual machines. Okay, how to set up, how to increase the size of a virtual machine, how to create Windows servers. Okay, how to install softwares. That process I will show in a manual fashion. From Monday onwards, we start Azure DevOps.
Okay, I got it. Okay.
Will there be any session for account creation?
What do you say?
Will there be any session for account creation on Azure?
Yesterday I have shown you, right? That's why I have given 2 links for you. In the chat window, I have pasted 2 links. Just watch yesterday's recording. There I have shown how to create Azure account.
Okay, you mentioned there are just two mail IDs, means Outlook and Hotmail. So will it not work with Gmail or kind?
Sometimes it may not take, sometimes it may take. That's what is the reason. You can create a Hotmail or Outlook at free of cost, right? They are not going to charge you anything.
Okay.
Within 2 minutes, you can create a Hotmail or Outlook account.
Okay.
Shiva, actually my laptop, it is like Mac. I am not able to open like a Visual Studio. Is there any substitution for that?
You are using Mac notebook,
Yeah, Mac Pro.
Mac Pro.
M1 chip. It's a silicon. Like I'm not able to open like a Visual Studio. Facing a problem for that.
So
Usually
for Visual
in
Studio
real
also
time
there
we
are
use
Mac versions, right? Okay, I will show you why you cannot install that. Visual Studio
Studio Code.
2019 on Mac. Even you can install 2022 also. Are you seeing download option here? Download Visual
Yes.
Studio for Mac.
Visual Studio Code. I'm asking about Visual Studio.
Why you are using Visual Studio Code? I asked you to install Visual Studio 2019, not Visual Studio Code.
Okay.
It is Visual Studio. It is not Visual Studio Code.
Okay. Okay, Shiva.
Guys, if there are no questions, I will stop it for today. Tomorrow we meet again. Don't waste the time. Okay, please register and don't miss important classes.
Thank you, Shiva.
Thank you. Thanks for your time. Okay, tomorrow we meet
Thank you.
again at the same time with same link.
Yeah.
Thank you.
See you tomorrow. Bye.
Thank you.